Hi, how are we doing? I was just stick searching, going, are we getting there? Are we finding things to bring home, stack up? Sun shone yesterday, out for the day. It was alright, it was nice to have the sun out and instead of the wind and the rain and whatnot, so we went for a good hike. Came across and cut out a lovely bit of ash. One of the best cutouts I've had from anything in a while, and it's a lovely, it'll make a lovely stick actually. It was basically a growth that had forked and was growing there and came up and forked away both ways, and wouldn't have made a tree worth speaking about. A fork in a tree is always bad for a growth situation. It causes us, nothing really to happen. The tree just ends up growing twin forked, and there are twin leaders on it, and it ends up getting split with the wind or whatever. So cut this out, and it's very, very nice. It's one for the collection, as they say. Also came across a nice bit of holly there too when I was at it, and cut it out. The handle, funny enough, wasn't at the bottom as you would expect, and with the growth it actually came at the top, but the stick itself, the shank, is pretty parallel, so it'll be alright. It'll make a nice stick once it's peeled and sorted out. Needs a distraction for the peeling anyway, because I don't like peeling, so I'm easily distracted when it comes to finding other things to do, but we'll get back to it at some point. But I thought I'd show you the couple of sticks. Also this morning I was out and about, to get round to it, I was talking ages ago about, this is a stick that I use. I road test my sticks back and forward, and this is one that I've been using for the past 5 months or so, and I don't even remember one of the videos I was talking about Norway spruce, softwood situation, and this, by the way, this shank is a Norway spruce shank, and very, very nice, very strong. It'll do fine, and it's a nice bit of laurel that I fitted as a handle. And this is the one I'm using. It stands outside. I just leave it against the wall at the back of the house, and as I say, it's been used for the past 5 months. The stud that I normally put on the bottom, it's a bit worn away actually. I'll need to take it off shortly and fit another one. I can wear them out pretty quickly at times. I cover a few miles and whatnot. But so it's nice to road test your own. But you've got to be careful with that. Sometimes try and do a bit too much with them rather than take it easy. Because this is the normal one that when I'm in about things and rough and tumble, this is a bit of hawthorn that my son repaired for me. I broke it, been a bit ambitious with things, and so he repaired it there, and but when I'm in about stuff that I need to thump things and move things around, this is the stick I tend to take with me. This, by the way, shows you what a little bit of fun you can have with a stick too. This is a bit of Scots pine that I carved out a bit of a head on it, and burnished it up here and there, and I got the kind of shillelagh look more than anything else. There's not really a lot of weight to it, but it's alright. It's a bit of fun. It's there, and the grandkids love it. They think it's brilliant. Anyway, to get back to the thing with the other thing I was going to say to you was the handle situation. I gathered loads, bits and pieces. These are a couple of rhododendron. Well, that piece and that piece is 2 rhododendron that I gathered yesterday. And as you can see, once they're sanded up and cleaned up, makes a nice handle. Dead, it's been, the deer get into it and take shelter, and of course then ring bark it, they cut all the bark away, eat all the bark away around about, and it dies off, and after a passage of years you end up with something that's standing dead and seasoned for you. These are bits of Sitka spruce roots, extremely strong, and they'll go into the box and be used at a later time. Also a bit of oak that will make a nice knob handle for a stick. You know, I'm always coming by with stuff, loads of stuff. There's boxes, you can't see it, but there's boxes and boxes and below here all over the place, like, you know. But you need loads because to let you have an understanding that each stick will require at least half a dozen or so possible handles for it, because there is a handle for each stick, and when you're doing this you'll find that you'll be raking through handles upon handles to find the right one. It feels right for it. Weight's also a consideration when you're jointing. You know, some sticks are going to be heavier than others. The hazel in itself is obviously, I mean, the other thing I meant to say to you a while back there was there's that many different types of hazel, of course. You know, we tend to use the same type. Don't ask me about I know the genus and the thing within. There's about, oh God knows how many different, and it's like the briars. I mean, I talk about briars, and briars are a thing itself. I mean, there's about 200 odd in the genus of the briars or whatnot. You can't take it all in. I mean, it's all that bloody Latin and this and that. So, you kind of struggle with it a bit, like, you know, so you just got to pick out the bits you need and stick with that, because you need a bloody degree for it to get through most of it, like. So, and we don't want to go there, because that takes, if we try and be too thing with it, takes the fun out of it. But the handles, yes, the weight's a consideration to the stick, weight to the stick. The holly and the yew and various other sticks that you'll use apart from hazel and that, there'll be different weights to them. And to balance the weight of a stick is always a consideration when you're putting things together, like, you know. We don't use them as a defensive situation now, which we used to at one time. A stick was carried with that in mind, also as a walking aid, but also staffs and things like that were defensive, and you know, a good stick can still do a bit of damage, you know, if you were attacked by somebody. So it's, you know, it's not a bad thing to carry a good heavy stick at times, if you're certainly concerned about everybody attacking you. I don't know how that goes, but there's no harm to it anyway, and the police certainly can't do you for carrying an offensive weapon. You know, and might charge you with defending yourself, but well, that's another thing. But I thought we'd go through that, and that little bit there, it's a little distraction for me, gets away from the peeling, and well, I'm led to believe it's the rain tomorrow, so we're back to the peeling and sorting other things out. I need to try and spend a bit of time organising things. When the sun shines, I'm afraid I like getting out and about and away, and so there's no holding him back, I'm afraid. I've put the miles in. I don't want to come into the workshop, but oh well. Anyway, we'll catch you again. But enjoy your walking and gathering, and when you do get stuff together, and we will at some point, we will actually put, when you've got stuff, we'll put a stick together in total. In fact, we may put 2 or 3 together, and we'll run through the whole thing and get there. But there's no rush. Thanks very much.